Fox Brush has been released in Beyblade X, and I have to say, this Bey is kind of a menace. So in this video, we're gonna basically be trying out Fox Brush, throwing it on a pretty cool combination. Let's see what I can do against some of the meta stuff in Beyblade X. If you are new here and you like Beys that spin, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts. We have Mala Beys, our store. We import from Japan. We are Canadian based. It's an optional way to support the channel. I appreciate any support regardless. So now we're going to be kind of talking about what build I want to kind of start off with using. So first of all, a huge shout out to MDK who helped out in the testings for this video. 160 kind of almost aligns on the main blade of Fox Brush. Do I actually think it's going to do something when it's kind of there? Probably not. Low rush is just low height, and since CX is already super tall, it just kind of goes to its benefit, and rush is pretty easy and controlled. Now, you might be wondering also, why no stamina or defense for Fox Brush for a video? It's not because, oh, it's not interesting or whatever. I did try out stamina and defense, but what I found out the weakness on Fox Brush is that if you look at it, it actually hollowed on some of the portion of the blade. And that makes it really difficult just because that means the stamina is not going to be that perfect. And even then, when I did try it out, it just didn't end up working out well. So I don't know if anyone wants to try to see maybe if they get better results. That could always be some potential there. But I didn't think it was worth the time to do. So we just ended up doing this build. So I should also mention that we did try this out against a different combination, Aero 360 level. That Bey is actually more of a menace because it just obliterates attackers. It has great stamina and is really hard to beat. That was a little too tough for Fox. So instead we had to kind of, I guess, downgrade it to something a little bit more close to each other, which yes, this is a build I've used very common. And yes, I will go eventually, maybe sometime later this month or whatever, back to the little pinwheel where we spin random combos just to try it out against. But against Aero Pegasus 160 low flat, I was trying it out to see how it could do. So against Aero Pegasus, what I've noticed with Fox Brush is that it didn't struggle, but it was a little bit closer at least. So with Fox Brush, since it's a barrage attack with all these multiple blades and whatever, since it is literally a drawn dagger gimmick, what ends up happening is that if it can do well, it can do well, and if it can't, it can't. And in the case in here, I thought it was kind of whatever. It's kind of difficult to generate a lot of recoil, so what that basically means is, like, when I'm against Aero Pegasus, I'm kind of struggling to really fight back against it and really getting pushed around. So the issue there is that if I'm really struggling, what are my other options against it if it's hard to win head on? The other alternative I have is to try to launch around Aero Pegasus and try to either get at a good angle or try to beat it while it's weak. Because it can kind of take a beating almost against Aero, but I thought this just did okay enough. Like, if we look at the results right now on the screen, you'll probably see that overall against these builds I was trying, it just did okay. Its main issue is that it just suffered a lot in stamina and really just lasting a bit to do some work. So then after I thought, okay, well, why do I use this Aero Pegasus 160 low flat build, which I purposely made sure not to say until this portion. 160 low flat is just a pretty good thing to work with Aero just because of the fact that 160 has that great little swing when it's in the stadium, and also once it's paired up with Aero, it is really nice for that end-game rotation. The rebounds are crazy with 160, and low flat has a bigger kind of surface that it covers on the stadium floor compared to that of like low rush. And that is how this video kind of transitioned to the better Fox Brush combination. So against Wizard Rod 960 ball, it's just a generic stamina punching bag that I like to use. We'll see how it does. Okay, Wizard Rod 960 ball. 36. I don't lose like this. Damn.
Seven more points.
Blink and you'll miss it. The unseen X. Fuck.
What the hell?
Oh, if I got that hit. I guess we'll never find out. I guess I'll never find out. Come on, Papa needs a new pair of shoes. So against Wizard Rod, well, I didn't see a lot of crazy hits. It definitely can do some work. It's like this kind of like giant rolling stone that just goes around in the stadium. And if it can get a nice hit, it will be able to kind of like shove base across the stadium floor. I think it's okay. It definitely didn't do that bad against Wizard Rod. So next up is Silverwolf on 760 Hexa. But yeah, Silverwolf's just a good destabilizer. It's good at defense. How does it actually do? Wolf Hexa, 3. Yo! That time I just sucked. I don't know what's going on. Look at this. Pretty little bit. Wait till the okay. So actually really surprising, it was actually pummeling Silverwolf for really good, which I would have thought that would have been like Silverwolf can just destabilize it, but no. I think actually, funny enough, because of probably where the height of that main blade is, it's probably hitting Silverwolf a lot easier, so Wolf can't do some weird shenanigans stuff. But what ends up happening is just, like I said before, it's like this rolling stone, so eventually it's either going to make that hit or it's not. So it's kind of cool in a way. I think in a way that also does mean that the gimmick does technically work, because I'm saying it's supposed to generate some sort of weird hit that it can kind of do, and I am thinking it is that gimmick of that large blade to make the hit. But what I do know is our last opponent is Scorpio Spear on 560 point. Scorpio is just a heavy hitter, so how does it do against a really tough challenge? Throwing a stick. Throwing a stick. Wow, look at you go! Wow! Ooh! Throwing a stick. I'm getting tired of winning. Nice try, but I'm gonna win. Let me tell you something. Fox is gonna get that style. I died. Mine! Ah! That. Oh my god! No way! So Scorpio is a really fun one to battle against because Scorpio's whole thing is that it is going to bully. So my issue here is that if I can't generate enough recoil against, if I can't generate enough attack, what do I do? What do I do against a thing like Scorpio? Because head on, it's already going to be pretty tough. So my only other option is to try to launch to kind of avoid it, to make it drain its stamina, or I have to hope I can just really launch hard enough to be able to outspin it. It's really tough. Really hard to beat. Because in a lot of these videos, I'm trying to max out the best way possible for these things, but even against Scorpio, I think I only lucked out like a little bit at the end. So that's where it leads to the final thoughts. What did I think of this build? We're going to see the results right now. I think this build is perfectly fine as it is. I did not think this was exceptionally crazy, but I thought this was a decent build. Some of the benefits that I do think is that because we have that jaggy assist blade that is short like Slash, and is not nearly poking out as much as Slash. I feel the main blade's easier to make contact. I do feel that Jaggy is probably going to be a pretty useful assist blade to use for probably this attack stuff, which I do have to try that out on Brave. And I think Fox is fine as it is. I would probably think though between like a Brave and Brush, if they're both on Jaggy, probably Brave makes more sense just because of the shape and design. But yeah, if you're hoping that Fox can at least do decent enough, like I could run this in an event, then yeah, I say it fills out that job perfectly fine. Fox's issues is just stamina, and it's hard to really generate some good attack power a lot of times, but I would recommend this on low height attack stuff. Probably, I think Jaggy is probably most preferred. I haven't tried this out on, for example, the turn assist blade, which might work out pretty much fine. Maybe Slash could work out in some weird way, I don't really know, but if you've tried out Fox Brush, let me know what you think about it, what combos you like to use with it. I've not tried out Gear Rush yet. I'll probably do that in some sort of separate video, but besides that, I just want to say thank you all for watching. That's going to be it for now, and take care and bye!